What is going on, YouTube? And we are back with another edition of Premium Takes. Now, I know you guys are probably wondering, like, where the hell have you been, Zion? There's a lot of stuff to take care of, and to be honest, guys, my mind wasn't even in the right mindset to do these videos on these damn teams. So that's why I wasn't uploading. But that being said, we're back. You guys are wondering what the hell? This is episode 3. I missed episode 2. No, you didn't. We was actually over on Mac's channel, and we are going to be doing that, guys. We're going to be going back and forth between channels. So make sure to get at all three of us. Links down below in the description. Get at Mac, get at Adam, for you never miss an episode of Premium Takes, and you never miss good videos, because both of these gentlemen with me today, my co-hosts, make amazing content. Like Mac, he made an amazing video today, giving his opinions. It's kind of like a rant, and I'm gonna let you guys. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. I'm gonna let you guys go there. What's up, gentlemen? How we do?
I am doing well.
Yeah, doing really good.
So you froze.
What's going on, everybody?
What's going on in the chat? How are you?
Some connectivity issues on my side. What's up, Miz? We see you in the chat. What's up, Logan? What's up, Nate? What's up, Wills? What's up, Super Taj World? What's up, J Productions? What's up, G Nation? What's up, Big Play Slay? Thank you guys all for being here with us today. Now, Adam and Mac, my internet been acting up lately. It should be good, but just in case if it's not, if I freeze,
what you just did.
Don't
use the video. Don't use the video.
Yeah, it seemed like it was fine without the video.
Yeah, you were talking good without the video, and now your video is frozen. There you go.
Back.
There you go. I just had to get on the higher connection. Sorry about this slow connection right now, guys. Hopefully you guys can hear us and everything's okay.
Let us know in the chat.
Perfecto.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Well, let's get into our first question. Thoughts on Black Monday? We had a lot of coaches get fired today. We're still in the process. I want to ask you guys, for the time being, just avoid Joe Judge, being that process is going to take a little bit longer. So I want you guys to get your thoughts about all these other coaches around the league, like a Mike Zimmer, your Vic gets fired. I believe Brian Flores got fired, and a couple of handful. What's your thoughts on it? Adam, you can start it, Mac, if you want to go first.
Mac?
Well,
Mac.
I was pretty stunned by with the Zimmer and Flores firing. I think those are two really good football coaches, man. And I'm pretty stunned at the Vikings will pull the plug on Zimmer so quickly, when I feel like he's just a few pieces away from having that team being a legit potential contender in that division every year in and year out. I mean, they play tough as it is right now. He already has them playing up at a pretty decent level with all things considering. You know what I mean? And they just, I don't understand a franchise how you can just pull the plug on who I think is a solid football coach. And I'm gonna say the same with Brian Flores and Dolphins, man. He's had this team, man. I mean, they took a little step back from a year ago as far as record wise, but at the same time, this team had like a 6-7 game win streak during this season. They got off to a very slow start, but he turned this team around and had this team balling at a high level the back half of this season, man. And I don't understand how they just want to pull the trigger on him already too so quickly. I feel like it was very premature decision. I wish those couple of guys at least the best of luck. I wasn't surprised at all with Matt Nagy. I feel like Matt Nagy should have been fired a couple of years ago, to be quite honest. So I think he just overstayed his welcome, to be quite frank, in Chicago. And who else? You said the Denver coach got fired as well?
Vic Virginia.
I mean,
he got fired too.
That's another situation where,
because the crossbow fast, you can even address. You don't have to, but you can even address. It's not Black Friday, but technically, Urban Meyer and John Gruden got fired too as coaches. Not today, obviously, but you can even address them too if you want to.
Well, I think their situations were so different that I think
that's true.
Really pertain too much to this category here with these guys.
True.
But I got big fans here also, man. To me, I'm not sure. I'd probably been willing to maybe give him another opportunity as well out there, just based off the way Denver Broncos were kind of up and down this year, but he had them guys pretty competitive with not the greatest of talent to work with, which, like you said, we're not going to talk about, a certain Mr. 4-13 yet, but
Yeah.
but it's just the fact
Listen.
these coaches are go ahead, Adam. I'm ready.
No, go ahead. I didn't know you were finished.
You can go ahead and Phil, you can go ahead. I don't really have much more to say.
Oh, I mean, Zimmerman was good.
Luck at punch.
8 years with the Vikings, 3 playoff appearances. I mean, I didn't expect him to be fired, especially in a franchise like that. But look at what they're doing. They got rid of their GM and their coach. So they're going to be bringing the guys together, the same vision, unlike a team in New York. But we won't get into them because 4-13 is progress. But the other coach that got fired that we're talking about, Jim Nagy, I wasn't surprised, when Jim Nagy got fired. They wanted to get rid of him last year, but they let him draft a quarterback in Justin Fields. And usually that gives you more time, right? It usually buys more time in the league when you get a young coach, a young quarterback, because usually that's, you're getting out of jail free card. However, that didn't happen in Chicago. And
we're going to get to that soon enough, Ash. We're going to get to that.
And then, yes, we will. Don't you worry, Ash. We'll get there. Big Fangio, and I think Big Fangio's the other one, and there's a fourth one that left. I said Nagy, Zimmerman. Oh, Flores. Flores was unexpected to me because that team went 1-7, then won 8 straight games to basically be in the damn playoffs, 8-1 in the second half of the year. So to me, I don't understand why you would get rid of that guy, unless you have some, ace in the hole up your sleeve, which, it's the Miami Dolphins. I don't think they have anything, but, just to butt heads. You got basically, you let Brian Flores go, and you kept Tua Tagovailoa. So you're telling your fan base that Tua Tagovailoa is more important than your head coach, who basically got you to where you would go. Okay? And Miz, I can talk about whatever I want on my damn show, positive and negative, just to be FYI. But that's what I think. Brian Flores to me was the most surprising one out of all of them. Actually, Mike Zimmer and Flores were the two surprising ones. The other two guys, Vic Fangio and Jim Nagy, were basically going to get fired anyways. I think Vic Fangio got the raw deal in Denver. If you gave one more year and maybe a quarterback away from being very, very good. So that's my take on those. Like I said, the most surprising to me is Brian Flores and Mike Zimmer, because Zimmer, I feel like, could have fired early on. But that's all. That's all right.
Hey, what's up, Logan? Thank you for joining us tonight.
Adam,
and what is
I don't
your
ever
take?
want to hear you talk bad about Joe Judge again. We're building a culture. The guy Joe Judge brought in, we're rooting for, bro. You must say he is the greatest coach since Bill Parcells, Adam.
Pause.
Lick my
get
butt
to Joe
crack on that
Judge.
one.
Lick my butt crack, he said on that one. So Joe Judge, we're gonna get to that, Logan. I know Adam has been waiting for that. Mac wants to say his piece on that as well. What's your thoughts on Black Friday? Sorry, not Black Friday, Black Monday. Any coaches that got fired today that was surprising to you?
I kind of suspected the whole Brian Flores thing. I mean, I know they should not have fired him, but it's just a Dolphins move to fire Brian Flores. Obviously, the Broncos haven't really done much since Vic Fangio's been there, and I don't know, man. I just haven't been reading too many articles today. I've just been waiting for Joe Judge to get fired, but the Giants.
Are there any rumors about any more potential coaches getting fired?
So I don't know about any other coaches right now, but I was just going to say that we can probably just hop right onto the topic of hand. Let's talk Joe Judge. Thoughts on the whole Giants process. Okay, now there's reports. The last reports we had was Joe Judge, is having a meeting, or he really had a meeting with both owners tonight. And it looks like they're waiting on a GM to come in and get his opinions on that. So it looks like it is going to be some type of process here. It's going to be a multi-day process. Who knows? They could come out tomorrow saying that he is going to be the coach of this team, or he's not. But right now, the latest rumors are that it is going to be a multi-day process. I mean, like, if you can all remember the whole Tom Coughlin situation, you know what I'm saying? So I want to hear your guys' opinions on that. Logan, stick around. We're going to bring you right back on the show. But thank you so much for being here and supporting LGZ Productions. You're a mod. Make sure you go plug your channel down in the comments. Mac, can you get your opinions on that? Your whole Joe Judge, just talk Judge.
Well,
Great
now,
video today, by the way.
Appreciate it. And I'll try to keep it somewhat as positive as I possibly can, but I gotta start with a little bit of the negative, and the negative is exactly what Joe Judge has accomplished right here. It's been a lot of just negative. It's been a lot of nothing. I mean, it's been an absolute failing process so far through 2 years. We gave him the benefit of the doubt after the 6-10 season when we saw a little fight and spirit in this team. A lot of us bought in. A lot of us completely bought in to this 6-10 performance a year ago, just to come out here and watch this team regress and go, not only just go 4-13, but it was an embarrassing 4-13 as we got embarrassed along the way in so many games. We looked incompetent, and that's on coaching, and it doesn't matter who the personnel is on the field. You have to be able to at least make the team look competitive to the best of their abilities. It's one thing to just not to be less talented, but you got to go out there and at least show me that you look like you belong. And I haven't seen that, particularly from the offense, at all this season, at really any point, to be honest. But it's gotten really, really bad, obviously, the past month or so. And particularly when who is proven to be yet another incompetent coach, Freddie Kitchens, took over this offense. Everybody cried, complained, moaned, and groaned about Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett this, Jason Garrett that. Well, this offense got significantly worse since Jason Garrett was fired. I mean, significantly worse. And it wasn't necessarily great to start with him here, but the fact that it's even that much worse now, it's an issue. That's an issue with coaching. You can't give these guys a free pass for that. You can't just come to work every day, do your job poorly, and just be rewarded for that. That's a joke. You got to hold these guys accountable. You can't make excuses up. Oh, he's not the offensive coordinator. He's not the defensive coordinator. He's the head coach. He oversees the whole damn thing. You got, like you said, if you're letting Freddie Kitchens sit back there and call 2 straight quarterback sneaks back against, on second and third down, come on. The first one, okay, give yourself a little room in the event that you have to punt. But the second one on third down, you have to at least try to get the first down. You have to. And if you have your offensive coordinator calling plays like that, you got to step in, override that shit. You can't just say, okay, Freddie, we're going to do that. I'm good with that. That means that tells me, that just says everything we need to know. Personally, I would want to walk out on that side, right down to that sideline and fire her ass right on that, in the spot right there on that moment as soon as that play happened. That's just the way I feel about that. That's how I felt about that. I was absolutely furious when I saw that happen. Absolutely furious. But at the same time, like I said, I want to try to bring a little positivity into this. And at the end of the day, I'm a New York Giant fan first. And if Joe Judge is going to be the guy we got to go forward with, then I'm going to just do my best to rally behind this guy and hope we can put this thing together, man. Because at the end of the day, I am a New York Giant fan first and foremost. And if that's going to be our coach, then that's who I got to ride with, man. Until something changes. So at the end of the day, that's about all I got, man. That's about all I got for the moment.
I feel you. Absolutely. And absolutely ridiculous, Solo. I 100% agree with that. Adam.
Yes, I'm back. I had to drop off the child. So let's get into this, okay? Somebody wants me to be nice. Miz, I'm going to be nice. This is my show. I don't need to be nice. I don't need to be positive. Okay? Come on my show and tell me what to do. You go get the step. And that's first and foremost, just like Joe Judge. Second up, let's get into this. 4-13 ain't Progress. Okay, I don't want to hear about no damn culture. Lost. You're losing. The culture that we have right now is a losing culture. 3rd and 9. Someone defended that on a stream earlier today. They said, they're like, oh, no, that was okay. He was trying to not get a safety. Hey, guess what? You weren't in the back of your own end zone like you were in Chicago. You were on the 4-yard line. So you want to run the first game, the first play is a pass play incomplete. The next one, they run up the gut, and then they don't even give it to their running back. They turn around and get to Jake Fromm. Give me a break. Then they punt it. Oh, well, they play the defensive game. Yeah. Okay, Joe Judge. Then why are you calling timeouts when the game is over? Answer me that question. How come nobody grilled them on that? 4 minutes to go in the game. Game's over. You're calling timeouts. You want to come out here and tell me, well, at the press conference, well, that's the way we play. Give me a break. This guy stinks. Okay? And the fact that he's not been fired yet, and the Giants are too spineless to fire him right now, and they're going to let the GM decide his fate, tells you exactly what's going to go down. And yeah, Giant fan, I'm going to be rooting for the helmets on the field. I am not rooting for that bum. And let me tell you something right now. You better hope that this man gets to the playoffs. Because if it doesn't, there will be scorched earth on YouTube. YouTube will melt down because they'll hear my DMX voice all over the damn place. Okay? Because this guy hasn't proven a damn thing to me. Yeah, like Mac, I played with the idea of going to the playoffs. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. The honeymoon was over when you lost to Denver. Because everybody on the stream told me the exact same thing. Oh, we're going to beat Denver. Denver's not that good. Well, guess what? We played the AFC South this year. And I already got people telling me it's going to be an easy cupcake schedule. We know how that goes. If we have the same team that we're fielding out this year, it ain't going to be no cupcakes. Okay? Because that's what people tend to forget. That this is the NFL. There's injuries that happen. Everyone told me 12-5. We're 4-13. We spent $200 million. Think about this. We spent $200 million to go 4-13. Let that sink in. $200 million, and we went 4-13. Yet we want to bring this guy back? When you got a coach better than him, Brian Flores gets fired. We get a coach in friggin' Mike Zimmer better than him, and yet we're going to keep this guy 4-13? Man, he must have bought in some real nice toilet paper, bought some nice Keurig machines, and filed those cabinets real nice to be brought back for 4-13. This guy.
Hey, coffee's important. A Keurig machine works wonders.
Hydration check. And stay around, Logan and Jay. We're going to get you on real fast, but we're going to say welcome to G Nation. What's your thoughts? Haven't been a while since we talked, bro. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. And what's your thoughts on this whole Joe Judge? You can talk the state of the team. You can talk about this whole multi-day process now. Maybe the scapegoat and waiting for a GM to come in and get his thoughts on the whole process. But just this whole your thoughts on the whole process with the Giants, and even if you have any final thoughts on Black Monday too, you can go into that as well.
Well, I kind of thought this was gonna happen. I know you guys remember me saying they're gonna give him another year, simply because Mara knows Gettleman fucked up. Mara knows that he forced Garrett on him. Now, for that alone, that alone is gonna negate all the mistakes that Judge made, because Mara feels guilty. So that's why I knew it was going to play out like this. It doesn't matter that he mismanaged timeouts. It doesn't matter that he brought Jake Fromm here and Jake Fromm here can't throw a fucking ball. It doesn't. None of that shit matters, because he said, you got to agree to let me build the team my way. And then you forced Jason Garrett on me, and you refused to let me fire him. And Gettleman didn't bring in the guys that we needed on this team. So you didn't give me no ingredients to cook, and you want me to cook. That was his excuse, and he made Mara feel bad for it. And because Mara said, I did agree to let you build the team your way, he's going to get a third year.
But now,
coach? Fuck no. Do I think he's a good coach? Fuck no. Do I think that he could learn? Yeah, anybody could learn. Do I want to be the guinea pig? No, fuck no. But we are. Yeah. It is what it is, right? Right now, Joe Judge is our coach. We're on a GM search. Hopefully, we get a fucking GM with a pair of balls who tells Mara to go shove it and makes Judge fall in line. And hopefully, Santa does exist, and we get a nice fucking Christmas next year and go 11-6.
No, to me, you got to make the playoffs. There's no 9-8 and not. You got to make the playoffs. Okay, first off, one.
Yeah, we got to go 11-6, or he's fired.
$200 million to me tells me that they were going for something this year. They weren't trying to pay $200 million to go 4-13. Now I got teams.
I agree.
I got teams.
Nobody spent $200 million to go 4-13. Fuck no.
So I got teams in Jacksonville, Lions, and Texans who are throwing up points, beating their opponents. Okay, the Jags beat the Colts. The Lions, I don't care who played, they still beat the Green Bay Packers. Okay, then the Texans held their own for a little while, and the Jets even held their own. We can't even hold our own against a team that doesn't even want to play against us. Washington had checked out. They checked out. They were so bad that it took a defensive score to break them open.
We can't even reach double digits, bro.
Yeah, we lost by double digits our last 6 games or something ridiculous like that. But let's bring on some younger minds in the Giants community. Adam, sorry, were you finished?
Who's in the Giants?
I'll finish now.
All right, we're gonna bring some younger fans in the Giants community.
He's on IR. He's in.
Let's hear their takes. Champ and Jay. Let's hear. Well, same thing. Sorry, Champ and Logan. Let's hear Champ first. Champ, your whole thought process on Joe Judge. What you feeling about it? You like it? You don't like it?
To be honest with you, I'm leaning towards I really don't like it though. Because what my thing is, we only keep him so we could avoid the fire coaches every 2 years. That's the only reason why we're even keep a Judge. I get it. I get it. Some people saying, oh, we should stick with Judge. You know, he's gonna change the culture. We haven't changed nothing. We've been losing for 6 to 7 years. What fucking change are we seeing? Like, we're not getting no results. Half this fan base can't be positive because we're too busy negative and toxic all the time. It's like we just can't help it with this team. It's how bad it is. It's like with the Giants are so bad, it causes us toxic.
I feel your points in that. Logan, what's your thought process on this whole Judge situation?
I've been talking about this for like the last 3 weeks. Joe Judge should be fired, but he will not be.
Got you. All right, let's move into.
It will be because 4-13 in the Giants world is better than 6 wins.
Oh yeah, I was talking to Adam. We're on the upside down
public school, public education. You know, I went to public school, and no harm in public school. Got a decent education. Went to a college, got a decent education, and every one of those institutions told me 6 was greater than 4. But if we're New York Giants, apparently 4 is greater than 6.
I mean,
so we got a guy who wins 9 games and gets fired. I guess 4 is greater than 9 as well. And we have another guy sitting on his thumbs. Says he wants to be a part of the GM. Kiss my booty, Joe Judge. You ain't getting no part of this GM search.
Hey, did you guys see that tweet 2 minutes ago that said Joe Judge is thinking of bringing Pat Shermer back as OC?
I missed that one.
I'm really gonna be on IR if that fucking happens.
Think about what
even after the game yesterday, Daryl Johnson, man, after the game was even talking, and they put up the list of the worst teams in the league for the last like 5 years, and even him, a former Dallas Cowboy, was just like couldn't believe the New York Giants was on that list, lumped in with teams like the New York Jets and the Detroit Lions and the Jacksonville teams like that. Couldn't believe what he was seeing.
Gonna sit here and throw our old dusty ring at people. You know, I got people in different walks of text messaging who throwing out that we won 4 Super Bowl. Great, that's great. They're collecting dust right now. Okay, last time we even sniffed the playoffs, half these people wouldn't even know what the playoffs is. We don't even know what it is. We went to the playoffs in 2016. You know what happened then? We went on a boat trip, dropped two potential touchdowns, and we were sitting at home the next week.
The last time we won a Super Bowl, I couldn't even walk yet.
You Just let that sink in.
There you go. Let that sink in. And what we're gonna do now is, Adam and Mac, if you guys don't mind, let's just leave these two amazing content creators on with us, and we'll just take the next question. But we'll just go around the room, starting with Mac, following with Adam, and then we'll just drop it down to G Nation. I just want you guys' thoughts on the GM. I just listed a bunch of names there. It doesn't have to be one of those names, but if any of those names stand out that you think would be a good fit for the GM, I want you guys to just talk about the whole process. Max, starting with you. Is there any person that you want for a GM, or are you in the position where you really don't care as long as he comes in and he has control of the team? I just want to hear what your thought process is on the GM.
Yeah, I don't really look. I haven't looked into these guys all that closely right now. I just need somebody to come in here that knows what the hell they doing, man. Knows how to turn a football team around and get and put a team together properly. Knows how to draft, knows how to acquire free agents, and you know what I mean, and bring the right kind of guy and put the right kind of guys together. That's what I need. I need that. I need a guy that can work with his coach, find out what his coach wants, and be in sync, one page, like Adam been saying, be on one page together. You know what I mean? This that's all. And I understand you're gonna interview Kevin Abrams maybe first or whatever. He's the in-house guy, whatever. Okay, he gets that respect. At the same time, if they hire Kevin Abrams, then I'll know this team is not taking this shit seriously.
No, he's not even a candidate. They already came out and said he's not even a candidate.
So,
well, he's getting interviewed.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's probably not going to
like
get the process, but he is going to get an interview. He's not probably going to get the job, but I think they already did interview him, or they're going to interview him. One of the two.
Whether or not they make it public, he's going to get an interview.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, I just want to see somebody that has some action, has a good head on their shoulders for football, that knows what they're doing. Wants to bring some dogs in here, some guys that want to actually put hands on people, act like they know they're playing football. Some offensive linemen that actually want to move people out of the way and do their damn job. Like just I want to see a GM that's capable of that. Can you do that for me? Can you put some decent personnel out here so we can actually maybe look like we belong in the NFL on the offensive side of football? Can we score more than 6-7 points in a damn game?
No.
Can we get back to doing shit like that? Put a team together that can do that. Because I'm watching a lot of sorry ass teams put up a lot of points, especially yesterday, man. Jacksonville Jaguars. All the Colts had to do was go into Jacksonville, win a football game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they would have been in the playoffs. And they couldn't even get that accomplished. They went down there and got trashed by the Jacksonville Jaguars, who not only busted the Colts' ass on the last day of the season, but they still got the number 1 overall pick. Anyway, at the end of the day,
you got fired from the New York Giants and went in there and threw a tantrum.
I want to see I just want to see a guy that's going to come in here and turn this thing around, man, the right way. Because I've been watching too much of the wrong way for too long now, and I've been a Giants fan for 35 years, bro, and it ain't never looked this bad in my lifetime. It has never looked this bad.
It's bad.
It's never stunk like this before. Never.
It is bad.
You say you want somebody to give a different perspective. The Giants way is broken. I don't want to hear about the Giants way no more. Okay, right now they're still doing the Giants way because they're soft, and then on the cojones, the fireman went the wrong way. So they're still doing the half-assed Giant way. It seems like that's the new way of doing things. It's half-assed. I don't care what GM comes in here as long as it's an outside GM from a team that's winning. Right now, they're on the right direction. Tennessee, Kansas City, Buffalo, teams that are winning right now. I want a different eye. I don't want booty-ass losing GMs to come in here, okay? Get some guys from some teams that have been built so that we can get a vision, a different vision in here, a different set of eyes in here, and get this thing going. Because I know, Miz, that other teams haven't won 4 Super Bowls, Miz, but I'm greedy. I want more Super Bowls. Thank you very much. I'm not sitting here collecting dust. You know what people do when they have trophies that collect dust in their house? People come in and use them as conversation pieces. That's what they are right now. Conversation pieces. All right?
I call the Miz, yes, like magic. The Miz is here, baby.
He appeared out of thin air, bro.
Let me finish before this guy comes on here and tries to stab.
Yeah, Miz is gonna be respectable. He's gonna let you finish. What's up, Miz, my brother?
We're gonna jump at him right now. We're gonna
listen. I'm ready to go. We can Royal Rumble this shit right now. I'll throw all 30 of you over the top rope. No, I need vision right now. I need a visionary. I need a guy that's gonna come here. Hopefully a little younger, not too young. I don't need a upstart. I need a guy who's been there. You know, I like where they're going right now. I will say, if you want something positive, like if they're looking outside the box right now, and let's see if it works out. Because to me, as long as they start to build something, hey, and I'll say this: if Joe Judge comes in here with this new GM and they go gangbusters and like let's go to the small, I will definitely eat crow. But I don't think that's going to happen. But what I do like so far is at least they're thinking outside the box and going with Tennessee and Buffalo and a few other guys. Notice they have some kind of ties with Joe Judge. I don't really care about that. Doesn't really matter to me. Just some guys here, not named Edelman, not named Abrams, and not from inside that building.
Hey, Zion, before you go, Miz, Ralph Vecchiano put out a list of 7 candidates that the Giants are going to be interviewing, and only Ryan Poles and Joe Schoen are on there. As far as the names that you have going across the bottom, only 2 of them are on that list. Kevin Abrams is not even going to get a wink. He's not even going to get an interview. Dave Ziegler hasn't been mentioned, nor Louis Riddick. Just Ryan Poles and Joe Schoen. Thank God for no Louis Riddick.
Louis Riddick, I read.
Yeah, I just got all these names based on an article I was looking at.
Well, he might.
It was just based on just names to throw out there. It was just to make the question. I made the question. I said, "Fast
say that
live." Wait on that. There's names on this list.
You froze, man.
Let me screenshot that real quick.
I'm just saying, I don't know if they're not going to bring in Louis Riddick. They have to do the rule.
That I just wanted to throw names out there to just to throw names.
Wait, you said what?
I definitely feel you on that. You need somebody different because, like you said, that New York Giant way is broken for sure. It's definitely broken
for a long time, man.
Yo, all we want is winning, but I don't think we're never gonna do the right stuff.
I think we're going to find our way. The problem is that we're impatient, and I'm impatient. I'm tired of losing. When I see other teams putting up points that are worse than us, that have a worse draft pick than us right now at this particular point, and putting up points against better teams, that's what frustrates me. What frustrates me is that we lose 2 games than the previous year coaching staff, and this guy we want to bring because he's done some bad things. This is what I'm talking about. We're so numb to losing, we just don't care anymore. We just want to, keep losing. Yeah. It's okay. Let's loser coaches, loser players. We've accepted it. That's the problem. We've accepted it, and our ownership is too soft to do anything. They always want to be right. They never want to get egg on their face. They never want to say, "Yeah, man, we messed up. Our last 3 coaching hires have sucked. We owe the fan base more than a freaking medium."
Adam, what we got to remember is if we come out here and win 2 games next year, we got to remember that's better than 4.
Do you want to give your opinion on any GMs, Logan, before we move on to the next question?
Yeah, I like Ed Dotch from the Colts. They built that O-line up. They built the trenches on both sides. Obviously, Quentin Nelson, one of them. What's his name? Darius Leonard, DeForest Buckner. They made sure that they built their trenches before anything else, and we got a pretty damn good team up and coming. Too bad Carson Wentz sucks booty crack, but hopefully they can get a quarterback.
I'm sure they didn't think that was going to happen when they traded for him.
I will I'll take the Bills or Kansas City GM because they actually built the whole offense and they made the offense like top 5 or top 10 in the whole league.
And that's another question we should bring up. Offensive coordinator, who the heck is that going to be?
Marcus Brady from the Colts.
That's another question in itself, right?
Right, like who's going to come here with a guy who some people don't want to call lame duck. I'm going to use that term because that's what he is. They're not going to give Joe Judge extension. So that means if he stinks, he gets cussed. That would be a lame duck for those that may not want to call him that. That's what he is right now. So who's going to come in here, a reputable offensive staff that's going to want to be here for a guy who may not be here the following year?
Micah Parsons.
Think about that.
That's true, and I think I didn't. If you look at it, like you're 100% right, and we can talk about it. We can say who's going to be the next Giants offensive coordinator, but both all of us agree that we just want to hear the news on Joe Judge. You know what I'm saying? Because like 70% he's probably going to speak. 75, 80% he's probably going to still be here. Can we all agree on that?
Let me ask you that. Let me ask you this question: why, if he's going to be back, have nobody besides you beat reporters said? The owners never said it. The owners have not said anything about Joe Judge either way, fired or still hired. That is also telling. Now, we know that he's probably going to be back the longer this drags out. However, that is interesting to me because they could have easily, quelled this and they put a step on it. Instead, what they said was, Adam Schefter, that they will let the GM decide to fix Joe Judge, which means, again, they're too afraid to fire him, so they're going to let the GM take that bullet. And if the GM has balls, he'll fire him. If not, and wants to fall in the company line, going to agree, let me give this guy a year. He fails, then I'll get my terminology. Now, I know people say the Giants are going to stink next year. You better hope that they make some trades because with the schedule that they have next year, if they happen to win 6 or 7 games, they're not going to be in the running for a top quarterback prospect. I know a lot of people have been saying that, but if the Giants win some games, unless they completely tank, which, could be done, right? Logan said they might win 2 games next year. If they win 2 games next year, then yes, we're getting our quarterback. But if somehow Joe Judge, by hook or by crook, gets 6, we might not be getting our quarterback at number 1, at least number 1 overall. So just think about that while we're contemplating this offseason.
Yes.
The thing is,
why don't we?
no matter what happens, I don't think we're gonna have that many wins next season. I don't see us winning a lot, so it's really not gonna matter. But Judge, he has the draft coming up. He got 10 picks. He better get his shit together in the draft. Because I swear, if he reaches for some players that I don't like, all hell will break loose.
So here we go. The Cowboys play twice, and mind you, the Giants have won 1 divisional game all year. Just keep that in mind. So we played the Cowboys twice, Philadelphia twice, Washington football, whatever the hell their name is going to be, twice. The Green Bay Packers, who are in the playoffs. Jacksonville Jaguars, looks like we can't even beat them right now. If we were to play Jacksonville right now, probably getting our butts kicked. You got the Minnesota Vikings, who we just talked about. Okay, you got Chicago Bears, who again we seem to be playing them every year nowadays. The Detroit Lions, okay, Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts, Tennessee Titans, Baltimore Ravens, Carolina Panthers, Seattle Seahawks. Okay, so we got teams in there that are going to be making moves, that are going to be in the mix, in the hunt. These games won't be a walk in the park. This is the NFL, so they better be able to figure something out. And let's hope this offensive line comes together. I'm a little worried about the OC coming in because it takes a few weeks to get your offense untracked. So let's hope that they can keep afloat in those games while they're getting their sea legs on offense. Because if they don't, and Joe Judge's watch out here and he's 1-5 or 1-6 after 7 weeks, ain't gonna be pretty. Go ahead, Miz. I know you want to say something. You've been itching to do something.
What's up, Miz? Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
You are muted, Miz.
You're muted, Miz.
You're muted, Miz.
Miz, you're on mute, man.
Click the unmute button.
Yeah, what's up, guys? What's going on?
Let's get it. What's up, Miz?
Nah, you guys are gonna be on long, Zion. You're gonna be on for a while, right?
Well, we'll be on for another hour and a half, if
I
at
gotta
most,
pick up my
maybe.
father because he don't have a ride home, so he's out in the cold. So I'm gonna go get him in 10 minutes. But
Gotcha. We usually go for about 2 hours on these premium take streams. So yeah, you're
You've never
more than
gone
welcome
for
to
2
stay.
hours.
Well, we usually go for around 2 hours. And we did. And I want to check my history
Yeah.
right now. Looking.
Yeah, we went for over 2 hours last week on
Yeah.
chill.
I'm messing
Yeah.
Let
with
your fucking man talk. You got to go do something.
Continue, Miss.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in 5 minutes. I just wanted to. I'm not. I'm like, look, I've always been back and forth with this. I'm in the middle, so I don't. Look, I want the Giants to just start winning again and turn this thing up, even if it takes two years from now, to build it. But if we would have had a new coaches, because there were good names out there, that was my whole thing. That there were really good name head coaches out there. But if Mara feels that he owes Judge something another year, who knows what they. Who knows what they agreed on when he first brought him in. I'm thinking that something like, maybe he made a promise to Judge, I'm going to give you 4 years because the Giants are in bad shape. So, he might have made a promise to him and he feels like he owes him that promise. Maybe he doesn't really want him. He wants to get rid of him, but Mara doesn't have it in him to tell him you're fired. So I don't know what's going on, but
Word on the street too that Tish
I can't have whatever the hell the guy's name is. I can't have him. I'm sorry. We got to go get a
Abrams. Yeah, I don't want him either. Did Tish apparently call in, or was Tish there in the meeting today, Miz? You have any news on that?
No, because he said Judge came in and they never even met. They just went about their business, but
no, they met this afternoon. Mike Garofalo said they met this afternoon, and basically said new GM will have the autonomy to fire Judge if they want to, which means they are soft and don't have the cojones to fire him now. Right. So they're going to let somebody else do it so they don't look bad.
Yeah, he's right. Adam's right about that.
I'm not saying he will be fired. I'm not saying he will be. I'm just saying that's what it looks like they're trying to do. If the GM comes in, unless it's the guy in the Bills, Joe Shion, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, and he comes in and he says, I don't want Judge as my coach, well, then that guy looks bad for firing him or is the bad guy, and he'll have to take the bullets. So we'll see if the GM has the cojones to do that, because there will be media attention with that move. And if I would love to see a GM come in and put his foot down and say, yeah, I'm doing it my way. This is not the guy I want. Here we go.
Yeah, basically Mara doesn't have the balls to tell him, look, we're moving on. So listen, because Mara is a nice, he's soft, he's nice. He's old, very, very, very old school, man. He's I believe Mara's like too much of a sweet guy, and it's kind of hurting the organization these last few years.
Do you think, Miz, that I try to look at things with all different angles, right? If I can understand everything that's going on, do you think that it may be, you may be right that Mara just has no balls. Or could it be maybe that looking at the angle where Mara's sitting at them and he just got rid of Jerry Reese not too long ago? Well, different conversation. Sorry, just got rid of Jerry Reese, got rid of Dave Gettleman. Right, he gets rid of 2 different coaches in the time span. Now he's thinking, okay, when I got rid of Jerry Reese, I didn't do it the same time. I did it. The coaching the GM was off. So one question in his mind is, I hear the fans. I hear the fans. I hear what people are saying. I hear the media, but also too, I need to see and really see myself, because of the fact that should I clean house? Because I didn't do it last time. So should I do it this time? Should I clean house completely, or do I look at Joe Judge in the sense of, now I want him gone. I just want to point that out, make that clear. I want Joe Judge gone. But maybe I was thinking of it. He came in on a COVID year. The 2021 Giants was absolutely dog shit. Injuries off the ass. So me as an owner, I hear the fans talking about in the media, talking about the grass and all this kind of shit. Have I done enough as an owner to let this guy succeed at his job? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the way he's looking at it. So maybe he feels bad in a way, like maybe I should have.
$2 million then?
Huh?
Why what?
Then why $200 million? I mean, we act like this guy is not letting them, spend money. They let him spend $200 million and get players for Daniel Jones.
Adam, that's the only thought process that comes to mind. Either has no balls, or why are we taking so long to make this choice? Is Mara feels like
because Mara don't.
Mara on what?
What happened to Zion? It froze?
Does Mara feel guilty? Mine's in a cutoff.
Look, man, I think Mara made a deal with this guy, and he cannot face him face to face and tell him he's fired. That's the bottom line. And I also think that
Okay.
Coach Judge is noticing that Mara is a really sweet guy, and Judge is taking like this full advantage of this. Like, listen, we had injuries. You didn't let me draft my team. I didn't have my coaching staff. Just give me another year or two to show you, And I also want you to hire Abraham because, I want my guy to draft my apples. He's trying to totally take full advantage of this.
Well, that's why I
Yeah.
think his squad is right. Mara is doing a big F you to the team. And I'll let you speak real quick, Raphael. Just want to get this out there. I think that is part of the reason why we're here, because he doesn't want to look bad. So that's why he's saying to a GM candidates out there, I will let you be the bad guy. And the longer this drags out, the less likely he's going to be fired, because we're going to need a coach in place, because we've got a lot of off-season stuff coming up real quick. Senior Bowl, Combine, all this garbage is coming in the next month and a half. So they're going to need to expedite this quickly. And if they don't get a GM within the next few weeks, Joe Judge will be here.
Yo, Adam.
Yes, sir.
You saying that he's putting it on the GM and let him make the decision. That's kind of true. But you know what else he's also doing? He knows by putting it on the GM now, he just bought himself another 2-3 weeks.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He's buying more time for the fans to cool off, for the season to pass, for people to calm down, so that he could say Judge is coming back for one more year. You know what I'm saying? That's where it's going.
The thing though, Miz, and I'm sorry, Raphael, I'm trying to get you in here. I just want to return the volley here. I believe they're doing that as well, because this way they'll be you're going to corner the GM, right? Because the longer it takes to find a GM, the less likely that all those coaches are going to be eaten up. Flores, Zimmerman, and all these guys are going to be eaten up. Right, and then the GM's going to come in and be like, "Well, I guess I have to take Joe Judge now because no one's left on the coaching circle to sign." Anyways, go ahead, Ralph.
Well, I got to run out, Ralph, so I'm just going to throw this out, and then it's all yours, because I'll be back in about 20 minutes or so. But I just didn't get a chance to speak earlier, Zion, when you were talking about the other coaches. I imagine a really strong scenario. If Flores ends up in Denver with Watson, I could see it.
That's interesting. I love it.
And that would be another boat that we miss on.
Please call back. Please call back if you have the time tonight. Thank you so much for joining on, Miz. Everybody, please go straight up to Miz. Let's get it.
I will be back.
Hell yeah. Raphael, what's going on, my friend?
Yeah, I'm very good right now. So, sorry, my microphone was on, but
Oh yeah, you did. I just muted you because of the TV in the background, but we don't hear it right now. So
that was the TV. But it seems that all these issues that we come to the regular season has been like a freaking nightmare. So comparing to the Carolina Panthers season to the New York Giants season, it's just like, what the heck are we going to do? Because right now there is between the difference between Joe Judge and Matt Rule, but it seems like we don't have the audacity, we don't have the energy to send them all these players to play with the heart and also with about the energy of the fans right now. But we just see that it came for the injury reports, it became for a few controversies, and it came that some of the fans are not very happy about it. And right now I'm just very disappointed, and of course I just feel the same about it. And I just read an article that Matt Rule is gonna stay for another season, but it seems that some people gonna hate him, but there's a few people right now, they just wanted to see like a process, just like a reinvention of the Carolina Panthers, and they just missed the whole Ron Rivera of the 2011 from 2019. But it seems like today at Carolina Panthers, it's just like, oh my God, this is not gonna happen. But we just waiting another time that we just had like the comeback for Cam Newton, the injury report of Christian McCaffrey against Houston Texans. Seems that there are so many issues, not only about this team but also these organizations. So that's one of my few points about it. So
Well, Raph, I like your points
You're muted,
because
Zion.
the Matt Rule thing is kind of interesting that you bring up because the Carolina fan ownership group, has said they're bringing him back, right? So there was no how should I put this? There's no hesitation on whether or not Rule's coming back. They know they're coming back. Here in New York, it feels like we want to walk the walk as we're this big bad New York Giants. Meanwhile, our owner is a little shriveled old man who wants to hide behind the fact that he doesn't have cojones to actually fire another guy because he's worried about Pat Shurmur and some other, dumb coach is not even here because they're still paying him. Like, oh, I don't care. That thought process to me is weird. It's not like they're like, oh, don't sign any free agents. We just traded Odell Beckham Jr., right? We need to pay his contract out. Like, what? Why would that stop you? I don't understand.
Alrighty. Absolutely. I was gonna just say what's going on, CJ. Thank you for joining the stream. And let's before we get back to Giants football, I know CJ's a big WWE fan. I know Mac and Adam's big WWE fans. Let's get into some combat sports first. Quick news in the UFC. Max Holloway, one of my favorite fighters, he aggravates an injury, so he's out of that title fight with Alex. So that's going to be postponed. When I get further news on that, I'll let you guys know. And let's bring it into our WWE question of the night. Mac, Adam, CJ, Raphael, if you follow the WWE, you're more than likely to get on this conversation as well. Last week in review, is anything crazy happen on SmackDown? Is anything crazy happen on War? And also, do you guys have any WWE Royal Rumble predictions on who do you guys think where the storyline's going to take us? Mac, you can begin.
Ooh. I mean,
Royal Rumble, baby.
Raw and SmackDown are, they're kind of, they can get a little, like they're building up a storyline now where they're going to have title at WrestleMania probably, I guess, with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Now they switched storyline to that angle, so I'm not exactly sure where they're going with that in terms of where they're going to eliminate one of the titles basically or something. But
they're bringing in somebody.
But as far as the Royal Rumble is concerned, don't really know a lot of people that's going to be in it quite yet. At least on the men's side, they announced a whole lot of the ladies last night on the other night for some reason. A whole lot of older ones, the Bella Twins and
the Bella Twins.
Yeah,
because they want to sign up the women's division, man. I mean,
WWE
is funny.
Is there going to be a female wrestling Royal Rumble? Is Kelly Coming back and Candice Michelle?
Yeah, it's been a female.
Kelly come back.
Because I know she came back on one of those
Like what's
female Royal
happening
Rumbles I
is
watched.
the leaders coming back too. WWE is in reverse now, right? AEW's kick butts in terms of ratings and storylines and everything like that. But the WWE right now is like, this is the women's generation. Remember, the apex of wrestling was the 80s and late 90s. To me, right now, the women are the men, because they have all the characters now, all the, like Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks. They have all these new up-and-coming women that they're trying to feature. And that's why I'm thinking that we're watching the renaissance of the 80s wrestling, just in this case with the women. As far as storylines go, Roman Reigns probably would have lost the title to Brock Lesnar and that whole angle. But because of COVID, they brought Lesnar into the title match at day one, and he ended up winning it from Big E. And now it's going to be Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble for that title, which no one really cares who wins there. That's a good match to watch, but I don't know who's going to care. What I'm interested in seeing is Roman Reigns against Seth Rollins, two of the up-and-coming young guys that, if you wrestling, are probably your NWO or your G-Generation X with the Shield, right? Because to me, the factions I grew up on, I was too young for the Four Horsemen, but I did see NWO, and I got to see my favorite DX run Ragshaw all over the place. So the Seth Rollins Roman Reigns dynamic. I think that's going to be pretty interesting. I would like to see that. As far as who's going to win the Rumble, it's hard to do because I got to see who wins the 2 titles.
Yeah, it was an uneducated question from my part because I don't follow WWE as heavily, so I just put it out there like Royal Rumble's the next pay-per-view. Have they been announcing it? But I love the fact that you guys are getting into it. And real fast before you continue, WWE is scripted. There's nothing fake about it. These guys put their body on their lines. If you just think of old heads like Mick Foley and what they used
It
to
was
do
a
back
joke,
in the-
CJ. I mean,
I know back in the day, you know what I'm saying, but I just want to point that out. It's scripted. These guys are on the road more than half a year, 270 plus days on the road, and what they go through, sometimes they don't get as much respect, being that it's scripted, you know what I'm saying? But it's absolutely
I look at it like you watch Days of Our Lives or some dumb. So that's what the same shit is. The only difference is my soap opera, I get to see someone bash their head in with a table chair or garbage can or sledgehammer. Okay, so yeah, it's a free drama, but you're watching a drama show on TV. You think those vampires you're watching, that's not scripted either? Give me a break. The difference is
I don't watch TV. I don't watch TV.
This is live television, and the storyline, you may know that it's predetermined or know the winner already, but if you don't have the script in hand, maybe there's a twist that happens. You know what I'm saying? That's the fun part of the WWE and AEW. You go out there for the surprises, the pops, the crazy stunts that you see. AEW did something a few weeks ago that I'd never seen before. And I was like, wow, this is why you watch these things, because never.
Oh yeah, we're welcome to talk about them as well. Sorry, I didn't forget about All Elite Wrestling. I believe that's what their name is. But they're taking over just as much.
They're actually a better product than WWE, but that's a story
Right now.
another day. I'll let somebody.
I know Slay's a big WWE fan. I know CJ, he loves the WWE. CJ, you want to talk about some WWE?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be the first to admit I haven't really watched Raw or SmackDown in a while because I'm just gonna come out and say it. Both shows suck. But as far as my predictions for the Royal Rumble, I kind of have a good outline in how the pay-per-view is going to turn out. I think Paul Heyman is going to screw over Brock Lesnar and cause Brock Lesnar the WWE title over Bobby Lashley, and that is going to force Brock Lesnar to enter himself in the Royal Rumble, win in. And then we get Lesnar versus Reigns at WrestleMania for the Universal title.
That's what Max said.
So you're saying that night. You're saying that night, the first match is going to be Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. He's going to get screwed. Then he's going to come back the same night.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, then I think he comes back for the Royal Rumble. Gets revenge on Heyman and Roman, and will finally face off against Roman for WrestleMania. Because at the end of the day, that's the match that they're ultimately going to want to do. Okay, they couldn't get The Rock to face Roman at WrestleMania this year, so they're going with the next best guy at Brock. Either it's going to be a unification title where it's champion versus champion, and then at that point it makes the Royal Rumble completely useless, or they do a U-turn. Give Lashley the title heading into WrestleMania. He's been wanting this big match against Brock for years. They're going to give it to him. Again, I think Lashley beats Lesnar with Heyman screwing over Brock. And then we get Lesnar versus Reigns at WrestleMania. Now, as far as the women's go, I have no idea. I was initially going to go with Sasha, but then she got hurt, unfortunately. I would like it to be Bianca, but she already had her moment last year.
She's not giving it to her back to back. She's not getting back to back Royal Rumbles.
So
yeah,
I'm trying to think who's left.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe do we get somebody come back and get it, like somebody who's been out for a while?
I'm thinking maybe Bayley, but Bayley.
What is Alexa Bliss doing nowadays?
That's going to still be out for a while, I think. I don't know if that's coming back till close to WrestleMania time. Her injury was really bad.
You're right. Alexa Bliss might be in there. I can see Bay coming back. I'm not sure she's going to win. I don't know what they'll do with her. I know that she's going to be screwed. You know what I see, though, is Becky Lynch is, kind of boring right now for me. Like, I like Becky.
I can't stand
I'm over you, Becky Lynch. I'm the same with Roman Reigns. I'm like, yo, man, Roman Reigns is this jack dude, and you need dudes to help you out and beat people up? Like, I'm like, come on, bro. Like Brock Lesnar, you may hate Brock Lesnar, but he walks out and kicks everybody's ass by himself. You don't need no goons coming down saying we the ones, the Uso penitentiary. Get a new freaking.
Well, the one lady that's been out for a while, I'm not even sure how long she'll be out for. Is like Oscar. It was like, what's her story?
Oscar was going to be my pick, but again, I don't know how she's looking as far as her injuries go. Right now, if I had to make a pick, Alexa's not a bad one.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm actually going to go with an outsider. They just announced that she was going to be making her return at the Royal Rumble, and apparently, I guess WWE is going to be trying this whole forbidden door aspect. Mickey James.
Nah, for real, Mickey James so old. Sorry, Mickey.
She's the Impact Women's Champion. They're not going to actually let her win. She's just showing up for nostalgia.
That's like saying Trish Stratus is going to win the Rumble.
Yeah, let's have Kenny win the Royal Rumble.
Who else is left?
They bring them back. I like the Alexa Bliss pick if she comes back, because I think last year's Royal Rumble, she was a favorite amongst many because it was the storyline. She was running with the Fiend, and everybody thought that she was maybe she was going to win that Royal Rumble. I mean, I know I picked her last year to win the Royal Rumble. Came up wrong. Everybody jumped on her. I don't know if you guys all saw it, but that shit was crazy. But maybe this year she does come back, because as far as we know, I don't know how long she's been out for a while, but she's still the same character that she was. All that weird, crazy, disappearing magic, weird shit she was doing.
What happened to the girl who the Rainbow Sunshine girl? Like Becky, I think her name was.
You mean Naomi?
Yes.
She was like, she won the Royal Rumble one year, and like she was like Sasha Banks' little bitch for a while until she made it into her own.
Oh, he's talking about Becky Lynch. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Becky Lynch was Sasha's little flunky for a little bit back in the NXT days. Yeah, she absolutely was.
Yeah.
Is
she still doing anything productive?
She's the champion, bro.
Oh,
Becky Lynch is the champion.
My bad.
Becky Lynch is the one everybody.
Wait, who's the Irish lady? I thought that was the champion. Becky Lynch, man. See, I'm not talking about Becky then. I'm talking about the brunette. The brunette that used to tie her hair in like just one straight ponytail, and then she used to come up with some like fucking rainbow sunshine shit. Bailey, yeah. How's Bailey?
Yeah, Bailey.
Yeah.
She's hurt. She's hurt.
Bro.
Oh, she's hurt. Fuck, she's good. Right? You guys like
she's also a top dog. She's also a top dog.
And I don't think Bailey would be back for another.
Bailey's gonna be out for probably at least a WrestleMania time. I feel like her injury was really bad.
Damn.
I remember them talking about she was gonna be down for at least a good whole year solid, strong at least.
Is Ric Flair's daughter still wrestling?
Yes, she's also the champion. Also the other champion.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna stop asking questions. Like, I'm naming that she's still fighting. She's the damn champion of the damn women's division.
Winning the Royal Rumble.
Is she coming back? I mean,
yes,
she should be.
I see her winning the Royal Rumble and facing what's her face, Charlotte Flair, because remember she was about to get into a feud with Charlotte Flair with her dad, but then she ended up being pregnant, so that's why you can't. That's why that storyline got kibosh. But I see her winning the Royal Rumble as a entrant and facing Charlotte Flair in the title match.
I can see that.
Phil, do you have anything to say? You kind of quiet for a long time. Muted.
Oh yeah,
Can hear you.
yes. Because that's the sound for the TV. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Okay, so right now I was watching Monday Night Raw, which is very important. So I got my predictions before I leave. I got my
Okay.
predictions for the Royal Rumble. I got Baker Lynch versus Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair for the Women's Championship. I got Brock Lesnar versus Biggie and Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. I got,
Okay.
possible return for Mickey James to win the Women's Royal Rumble. And for the Men's Royal Rumble, it's going to be Austin Theory.
Austin Theory.
Really?
Austin, I mean, he is Vince McMahon's golden boy right now, but that would
Yeah,
be
he is. I mean, but wow,
that would be
he hasn't done anything.
He does not deserve to main event WrestleMania. He is not on that level yet, by no means.
I mean, it might
notable,
happen, but
wow.
The
So
man
we
is
got-
barely 24/7 championship worthy.
We got the Wild Card Weekend coming up. I listed all those games down below if you need help picking one of those games. But if there's
get
any
into those.
game that you guys are excited about for this weekend,
Man,
fortunately the Giants are not
I'm
playing.
interested
But
Cardinals, Rams.
Don't remind me. I'm interested in Cincinnati. I'm in
Cincinnati
man.
versus Las Vegas.
10-6. I feel like can't sleep on them. They beat the best team in the AFC at least last year in the AFC champions, Kansas City Chiefs. Don't let that fool you. That goes a long way. Remember the Giants beat Green Bay or kept toe-to-toe with Green Bay and kept toe-to-toe with New England those 2 years they ran on the Super Bowl runs, right? This one, however, they beat Kansas City. So obviously I know it was in Cincinnati and it may be a different circumstance come, mid to late January. But to me, that's the most intriguing team right now for me in the AFC is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Got you. Is there
I'm
any team you're
curious.
excited for, Mac?
I am just. It's not necessarily any one particular team, but a game as intriguing to me is this Los Angeles Rams, Arizona Cardinals rubber match. Love divisional teams playing each other in the playoffs. Those are always fun playoff matchups. It's always the third time they have played each other during the season, and these two teams split the regular season series. So this is going to be the rubber match. And I've never seen a Monday Night Football playoff game before. That's new to me.
Nice.
So I'm also
I might call that game. I might call that game.
Do you think that's cheating? That's like a competitive disadvantage? That's a competitive disadvantage.
I was thinking about that too, but I mean, are they gonna? I don't know. Yeah, I don't. That is, I was thinking about that in a sense for the following week. Would they have a 1 day less than whoever their opponent would be? But I mean,
they do it during the regular season, but I'm just curious because it's going to happen next, right? There's going to be a Thursday at some point for the playoffs. That's what they're going to do. Playoff week.
Hold it down, guys. I'll be right back.
Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about the game last night? The Raiders, Chargers, both could have ended in a tie. It could be about a tie in the playoffs, and instead the Raiders eliminate the Los Angeles Chargers. What are your thoughts on that epic game of two quarterbacks, one Herbert that we'll probably see for the next decade, and Derek Carr, who played pretty well last night?
Well, first and foremost on that, I gotta say, shout out to the NFL. They got it right on this one. They nailed it. That game was not scheduled to be the Sunday night game. They obviously got flexed into that spot because of the stakes that were on the line, and they absolutely nailed it. It was absolutely the best game yesterday. What a way to end the NFL 2021 NFL season, man! That game was absolutely amazing, and those two quarterbacks, man. they battle back and forth, man. But I think Herbert just in the end, man. I mean, he made the play that 2 seconds on the clock in regulation. 2 seconds.
Oh,
and he went out there and just
that bullet throw to my.
But according to CJ, Sam Darnold is elite. Remember?
Hey! Let's not bring up old news. We're reacting to last night. Look, man. I said as soon as I looked at the NFL schedule this time last week, I said Chargers Raiders has to be the Monday night game. I mean, it has to be the Sunday night game. It has to be. You got two teams battling for playoff implications. You got two star quarterbacks and Derek Carr and Justin Herbert. My God, when Derek Carr is the third best quarterback in your respective division, you know your quarterbacks in that division is something special. Justin Herbert, my God, man. I'm not going to lie. Part of me had wished for a tie because they both deserve to get in. And much respect to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
Mike Tomlin, first ballot Hall of Famer, easily the best coaching year of his career. But to see Herbert, man, miss the playoffs by a hair was just so heartbreaking now. Listen, the kid's going to be something.
His coach is the reason why.
Yeah, his coach is that.
I'm not even gonna put too much blame on Brandon Staley. Listen, he made
that timeout was unnecessary.
It was very unnecessary.
Right.
It was
They
very
were
Talking about the Chargers Raiders game.
But at the end of the day, to me, this game came down to essentially two plays, both in regulation. How the hell do the Raiders convert a 3rd and 23 on a handoff? That's number one. And number two, it comes down to one stop. Just one more stop, and you're in. So I'm not going to put too much.
I'm not going to go after the 4th and 2 inside the 18-yard line.
Yeah, and that's another thing. The 4th and 2 at your own 20. What the hell were you thinking, Brandon Staley? But Justin Herbert, man, this kid is going to win MVP sooner rather than later. And I know we're not talking about this a bunch. Matt Crosby wrecked their offensive line, man. Just destroyed them left and right. Now, I love Rashard Slater. I really like what the Chargers have done on the left side of their offensive line between Staley and between Rashard Slater and
Jeffrey.
Excuse me?
I said, "What's up, Jeffrey?" So I continue.
And Corey Linsley, the left side of their offensive line is really polished, is really good. But the right side, man, Crosby entirely wrecked the right side of their offensive line. So number one, Chargers, your final step as far as this rebuilding process is to shore up the right side of that offensive line because that's pretty much your only weakness on offense at this point. Now, as far as and they need to be better at stopping the run. But again, going into these playoffs, man, I already have a strong indication of what I think my Super Bowl is going to be. But the paths for these two teams are going to be so much different than what I initially thought. 3-4 weeks ago, I basically penciled in the NFC title game is either going to be Packers-Rams or Packers-Bucks. Now I have honestly no idea.
You're going to hate me when I tell you who makes it to the NFC Championship.
No, I really think Dallas has a shot.
No, not Dallas, Philly.
No, Philly, no.
Just like how Tennessee wouldn't beat Buffalo and you had to make a video saying you were an Eagles fan, right, CJ?
we talked about that earlier on in the stream,
Look,
Jeffrey.
Man,
I get what you're saying, man. I can see it because of the best running team in the playoffs right now outside of Tennessee Titans. But
what's the Buccaneers' biggest strength? Their defensive line. Good luck on trying to run against Via Veda and Dominic Sue and William Golson.
I know. That's why I said I don't see it happening, but I understand what his logic is.
I can.
And he's making a prediction.
You guys may hate me for saying this. I think there's a real opportunity Dallas gets to the NFC title game.
No,
crazy.
They don't make it past the division.
I think that's a horrible matchup.
Yeah.
If they get past the Niners, which is not going to be an easy fit, the Niners.
Here we go.
By far the scariest team in all of the playoffs. Nobody going to want to see the Niners in the playoffs. Green Bay obviously doesn't. I don't think the Buccaneers are going to. I damn sure know the Rams don't want to see the Niners in the playoffs again. So Dallas is going to have a tough out against the Niners. But if they get the Buccaneers in the second round, I don't know, man. The Buccaneers barely got past Dallas when they had all three of their receivers. Now they only have one. And so again, I think these playoffs, man, you're gonna see, I think, a crazy amount of upsets. Again, I thoroughly don't see anyone stopping the Packers and Chiefs as far as getting to the Super Bowl. But if you made me guess who I think,
so you're thinking Tennessee doesn't even have a chance, even though it's going through their building.
I think they have a chance. I'm just not one. The only team that I could talk myself into beating Kansas City in the playoffs, call me crazy, Buffalo.
I'm gonna call you crazy.
Well, Buffalo's hungry for that because they got butthurt last year against that team. So I'm sure they've circled Kansas City as one of their guys. But Tennessee did this for a reason, right? They may be getting Derrick Henry back, probably not, but there's a slight possibility.
He should be back. He should be back by the divisional round.
He is back by the playoffs.
Okay, so he'll be back. You got Tennessee, who now wants to play at home. This is what they worked so hard for. I can't sleep on them because at home they play a lot better than on the road. The only thing that I do not like about Tennessee is Ryan Tannehill. Every time Ryan Tannehill's gotten a big playoff game, he's turned into a pumpkin. So that is what I'm worried about when it comes to Tennessee. Other than that, their defense is pretty solid. You know, their run game is going to be pretty solid. You got AJ and Julio out there doing their thing. I'm just worried that Ryan Tannehill is not going to step up, and we're going to see Kansas City or another one of these upstart teams come in there and upset them.
Take this question, Adam.
The only thing I'm going to counteract that.
Real fast, CJ.
Go ahead.
Aaron Rodgers threatening to not play in the Super Bowl if they get there. I don't think
where do you hear that from?
Yeah, I've never heard.
He heard that from a junk. He heard that from a guy outside of Home Depot.
Real fast before you go on, CJ, I was just gonna say, as for me, I want any GM candidate to come here and have full control of the team. I believe everybody's on the same page with that. No games, just someone that can come in and have full control. And how the group feels about Joe Judge, we had a pretty good segment about it earlier. I know everybody's kind of just not numb, mad, sad, irritated, pissed off. A lot of emotions right now going on in the whole Joe Judge situation. I don't know if CJ gave his points on it. CJ, if you want to answer this question, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I said this on Nick's channel earlier today, and then and then I said the same thing on Cush's channel just a minute ago. If it were up to me, I would have fired Joe Judge right off the bat. There's no way you could convince the fan base, even if you hire the right general manager and he wants to keep Joe Judge, there's no way you're going to be able to sell this team on keeping Joe Judge for another year after this year. So with that withstanding, I think the Giants' approach going to this offseason is to, and this is just coming from my perspective, I think they're going to allow whoever they hire to be the next general manager, have him make all the football decisions. Whether it's to keep Joe Judge or not, I personally, if the Giants are going to hire an outsider, which I'm 95% sure that they will, I don't see if I'm an elite NFL executive, why would I keep Joe Judge? Even if you felt like he's been given a bad hand, which I totally understand. I wholeheartedly agree. Joe Judge was not put in the best position to succeed. However, the fact that you're not giving said general manager full control on what to do with Joe Judge, you're limiting your capacity as far as executives go. Let whoever you hire to be the next general manager, have him make the final decision on Joe Judge. What I noticed is that throughout the entire day, the Giants hadn't. Now, granted, they didn't fire him, which is incredibly alarming, but they also didn't endorse him. They never said whether or not Joe Judge was coming back for another year. They're saying basically what I'm getting at is that for right now, Judge is safe. Until they bring in the next guy, Judge is going to remain on board. Now, of course, you're hearing reports saying Joe Judge is trying to promote Kevin Abrams to be the general manager. That is a clear indication that Judge knows that he's not going to be back. Period.
That to me, he knows that the new GM will have the autonomy to fire him, and so that's why he's getting a guy he knows is going to be that's not going to fire him, because I'm sure he has a back channel deal with Kevin Abrams. Like, hey man, if you get the job, you're going to keep me around. He's like, yeah man, I'll keep you around. You know what I'm saying? So the new GM is going to probably really go over and look. And I'm so frustrated at this organization. I know Jeffrey wants to hear me unfiltered go off. And Jeff, go watch my video. I went off on this stupidity that is, Joe Judge and this team. But I feel that the new GM needs to come in and, like CJ says, have no filter. If he comes in and he walks in here and he looks at the fucking game tape and he says, this team stinks, Joe stinks, get him out of here, I'd rather bring in Brian Flores, okay, fine, I'm all for it. If he decides to come in here and go, you know what, John Mara, I'm going to give your booty-ass coach one more year to see if he can put something together. If not, he's out of here, I'm down with that too. I think he deserves to be fired. But at least I can see that happening on both sides. What I need, though, is for Mara to shut up and let this man do their job. Don't say, hey, this is the Giant way. Like, listen, we ain't doing that no more. This ain't the Giant way. This is the Buffalo Bill way. This is the Kansas City Chiefs way, sprinkled in with the Giants way. Like, let me do my job, because I feel like they get him too. He didn't really like Joe Judge either, right? You could tell the body language in the draft room when they drafted Kadarius Toney and Gettleman's having a hissy fit. So bring in somebody that's going to sit down, really dive into Joe Judge, dissect him, make sure that he is the guy that you want to go forward. If you sit down and Joe Judge is like, yeah, I'm good, I have 10 wins, I cleaned up the back office, I got this nice Keurig, this beautiful filing cabinet, you know what I'm saying? And I got all the guys to show up on time. And if that's what the new GM's like, oh, that sounds good to me, then so be it. But at least give the guy the chance to at least build a plan.
Break it up.
Yes. And that is the Hurry Up. Make sure you guys go check it out. That's the latest episode dropped today. Make sure you guys go sub up, turn Adam's bell on, get notified every time Adam drops a video. Let's get it.
But yeah, again, at the end of the day, I think this is a clear indication that Mara and Tish are going to stay. Out of it. They're like, listen, we're not going to we're certainly not going to endorse him.
Right? They haven't.
We're also not going to fire him. And based off the list of executives that they're bringing in, with the exception of Kevin Abrams, it sounds like that's exactly what they plan on doing. Now, again, if they hire the right guy and he wants to keep Joe Judge, fine. It's the Joe Douglas, Adam Gase situation from 2 years ago. When the Jets brought in Douglas, and yet he kept Adam Gase for a year, and they withhold their rebuilding process till a year later. Okay.
Well, I think the reason they did that was because they didn't bring him in January. They brought him in after the draft and after free agency. So I don't think, Douglas had a chance to change. The thing here is that I'm worried about is the longer this drags out with the GM, the less and less candidates the Giants are going to have to choose from going forward, which inevitably is going to let Joe Judge keep his job because of timing.
Well, yeah, that kind of sounds, that kind of points everything.
Which could also be that little backhanded plan anyway, like knowing the way these guys have been operating the last X amount of years, man. So that wouldn't even shock me if that's how things absolutely turn out, just like you just said. I never even thought about it like that.
I mean, think about it, Mac. Right now, it's already January 10th, right? We're going to take 3 days to decide this guy's fate. So you're sitting in there basically laying out a plan saying, hey, Joe Judge, what are you going to do for us, right? After you do that, then all of a sudden you're going to have a GM come in here, and he is definitely going to have, and he's going to have to be two types of GM. There's going to be a GM who's going to bold and make the bold move. Then there's going to be the one that's a little timid because he's in a new place and doesn't upset his bosses. So he's going to keep Joe Judge around just as it happens. But to me, this is a big move because you've got to ask Joe Judge to get new ones of staff. Okay, you've got to be able to figure out a trade down in this draft when things start to go, because next year in 2023, when everybody comes off the books, you're going to be able to maneuver financially for free agents. Okay, so if you are in the running for a quarterback, this will allow you to do that. So I want a guy who's going to be a new perspective altogether. And like I said, if that means fire Joe Judge, fine. Fire Joe Judge and hire a new guy. If you don't want to fire Joe Judge, well, make sure you damn well talk to that man, figure out his damn plan, and make sure that it's a good plan. Don't say that, hey, I'm going to go grab another couple of filing cabinets from Amazon and everything's copacetic, because that's what this guy has done for me. All right. If he comes in here and preaches culture, I'd fire him on the spot if I'm the Jew GM. What culture, Joe Judge? You've been losing.
Is anybody watching the game right now? Jeffrey just wants to know if there's an update on Williams. I think
I haven't seen an update on him.
But at least we got a great deal on our
Okay,
I haven't
and
seen
then,
an update.
before we get back into this conversation, I think Jeffrey wants to hear your points, Mac, on this whole Joe Judge situation. You can answer that if you want to. But any thoughts on anybody? I know Miz wants Georgia. Anybody's thoughts on the championship game?
But it's I want to get to Jeff real quick. I was just want to say that
Absolutely.
been saying the same thing, man. You know, basically like you already heard what Adam, everybody else been saying. I totally just agree with CJ. Everybody, like, Judge to me, he would have been gone. I would have had no problem walking in the room and firing. Like I said earlier on the stream, I said I would have personally walked down to the sideline and fired his ass in the game yesterday after those two back-to-back quarterback sneaks. Personally, because that to me, you're telling me that you're not even trying to win. You're not even trying to seriously win this football game. You're playing now to punt. You're setting up a punt. So that right there would have been it for me, where I'd have just fired his ass right on TV on the sideline. Get out of here, Joe, and take that clown Freddie Kitchens with you. Get up out of here. You know what I mean?
So, Mac, you're brutal, man. You're brutal.
But
sorry to cut you off, man, but that's been my overall problem about Joe Judge and his coaching philosophy. Like, you hired Patrick Graham. That was the one good thing as far as your coaching hires that you've done. And yet, you let Patrick Graham basically run the entirety of the defense. Now, granted, the defense is all right. It's average, but you allow Patrick Graham to just do what he does. If he needs to change the scheme midway through the year, he did. You have this many offensive minds on your coaching staff, and Russ Callaway, Freddie Kitchens, and previously Jason Garrett. Yet this offense is 3 yards at a cloud of dust. I've seen more advanced offensive schemes from my godson's Pee-wee team. So you want to preach all this nonsense about culture and having the right mindset and this and that. I'm like, Joseph, what is your offensive philosophy? There is none. And then people will say, oh, it's the offense. The offensive line was bad when Pat Shermer was here with a rookie quarterback.
True.
And yet the offense was not great by any means, but it was at least average. It was at least competent.
Yep.
And so
I don't always agree with you, but I agree with you there.
Yeah, we could move the football. We could move the football at least.
My guy
Listen,
said his
the
full
whole thing about they didn't play for Pat Shermer. They won 2 out of the 3 games in the remaining 2019 season that they played. So don't give me this. They didn't play for this team. They won against Miami. They beat Washington, and they lost to Philadelphia. Okay, they threw 5 passes against the Washington Redskins. Okay, so don't tell me they didn't play.
Jaden, bro.
What?
CJ threatened Joe Judge like an Italian mother. He straight up said his whole entire name, bro. When an Italian mom says your name, you're gonna get your ass beat.
And he's right. Jeffrey's right. They also had Golden Tate as their receiver. Okay.
Yeah.
Darius Slayton and they did well. So the other thing that's funny is that we sit here and want continuity with a offensive coordinator. That's the whole reason we brought Jason Garrett back, right? Continuity with Daniel Jones. So now you're going to tell me you're going to get a whole new offensive coordinator and expect me to believe that Daniel Jones is going to dissect that playbook, not make freaking mistakes, and look great after stinking with 2 other damn coordinators? Give me a break. This is the reason why you need to fire this guy right now, because this stupidity that we got going on right here. The guy doesn't even know what progress is because he thinks 4 wins is great, trying to freaking do a dance for freaking Don Mara. Okay, you're going to bring them. You're going to stunt this kid's growth again. So I'm going to have another excuses about why Daniel Jones sucks because, he didn't have time in the system and blah, 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 blah. Oh, excuse after excuse after excuse, kid, right? Then have, let's say the Giants happen to fall into 7 wins where now they want to keep Joe Judge because he happened to win 7 wins against some booty-ass teams down the stretch. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see any more Joe Judge than I have to, which is already too much. Okay? The guy had controversy. People forget about his stupid headset game where he was
fired.
Oh, headset. Oh, give me a break. You can't hear that. You can't have a contingency plan. You have 3 offensive minds to do your offensive playbook, and you give me this. You give me out the gate at halftime. You get me a freaking false start. You sat there for 20 minutes, and your team comes out and gives you a false start. This is the guy you want to bring
Adam.
That's the Joe Judge team.
This is what I'm saying.
That's the guy everybody wants to play for.
His name is Adam.
People calling him up saying they want to play for the New York Giants under you, Joe.
People begging him to stay though. They're begging him to stay. I want to play here next year. Stop it, Judge. I want to be here.
How about that you're wasting with 4 minutes to go in the game when the game is over? What kind of freaking mindset is that? You're not winning. I don't even want to care about the 3rd and 9 that you're running a freaking quarterbacks telling me, well, I don't want to. You're at the 4-yard line, you moron. Okay? You got room to punt. You could have given it to your star back or did a screenplay or do something. But no. We want to do 3rd and 9 punting with our average-ass defense who couldn't stop a nosebleed in the run game yesterday.
But, Adam, remember, we have such a good defense, we have such a good defense, but we gave up almost 300 yards rushing yesterday.
But wait, hold on, Adam. But listen, though, you can't get mad at the defense because the defense did what they were supposed to fucking do. I mean, what more?
Got 200 yards rushing.
I mean, listen, with the offensive free all the time, and this is fucking close you get.
They gave them 200 yards rushing. Can you tell me they're doing what they're supposed to do? Is it incompetent offense? Are you kidding me? That Washington football team didn't know how to get out of their own way.
Wait, Logan, what was you laughing about?
For the last six games, we got outscored. We lost games by double digit in points.
Well, listen, we offense
not by a field goal, not by a touchdown, by 10 or more.
But listen, if we offense keep getting 3 and outs, I don't know what y'all expect.
I expect a competent offense. When I see the damn Detroit Lions throwing up 34 points in a game, we can't even score. We have to throw to a whopping Darius Slayton, who, by the way, is yelling, thanks for nothing, Darius Slayton. You caught a pass. Go back and do something. Okay? When I see that happen, and the worst part about it was like, oops, we scored. Like, oops, like I didn't know that was going to happen. Like, oops, like that.
It was honestly, it wasn't even a good pass. It was like if it didn't happen to be wide open, that would have never worked either.
If the safety doesn't bite up on nobody, I don't know what the safety was looking at there. He was like, "Oh, Darius Slate
Safety was
sucks."
looking at a cheerleader.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but Jake, you want to? I just don't want to hear this because every excuse in the book for this guy is being given to him because of what? Oh, he's got injuries. Oh, he's done this. That still doesn't give you the fact that your team lost close games early on this season. All right, your quarterback didn't improve at all. Okay, and then you come in here and you decided that Mike Glennon was better than Colt McCoy and trotted him out there and say, "Hey guys, we're going to win with him." And then you tell us you're going to win with him, yet you do things like run a quarterback sneak on 3rd and 9, and you tell me that you're winning in this culture. Give me a break. Fire the guy. How do you do it? I'll walk in there. I have the cojones. I walk in and say, "Joe Judge, you're fired." God, I'm there. Told me to tell you you're fired.
By the way, Adam, you want to know what's amazing? I'm not going to point out any names, but there's a person in the community said, how are you supposed to win with Mike Glennon and Jake Fromm? Well, guess what? It was Joe Judge's decision to bring in both of those fucking quarterbacks.
I actually wish
I don't know that you
Colt
got it done with
McCoy.
Minshew.
I
You see all these other teams around the NFL get it done, and it doesn't matter if Minshew's a better quarterback than Form.
Better quarter.
Don't get me started on
The thing
He said
is,
corner.
we have teams around the league that's getting it done. Every team
Where
in
we're
the
not
NFL
those teams,
is
though.
dealt
Oh
adversity.
my god.
Every team in the NFL is dealt adversity. How do you recover from that adversity?
Logan.
Every team has some player that comes out of nowhere that nobody who knew who the hell he was the week before, and had like who was that kid that he had to won a couple games for the Cleveland Browns, the running back kid. Nobody knew the fuck he
Dearness
was.
Johnson.
Yeah, nobody knew who that guy was. But he came out of nowhere.
He's from McDonald's.
You really funny, Jeffrey.
Like
Logan.
it's just not the excuses about who. Like I said, when you brought Jake Fromm in, you saw him work out for you. What did you see that made you say, "Let's give this guy"?
They didn't even see him work out. They signed him to another team's practice squad. There are 31 other teams in the NFL, and this is the guy you choose. You know what I'm saying? You knew Mike Glennon. You could have went after Gardner Minshew back in the day. You didn't want to because you didn't want to hurt Daniel Jones's feelings. And you know what they gave up?
Slay's backstage.
They gave him a 6th-round pick for that guy. You think we could not give up one of our 6th-round
Yo,
pick?
what up, Slay the Giants? What up?
Well, Adam, remember, we need every single draft pick because the guys on this team that Judge brought in are the ones we are rooting for. Judge is the greatest coach.
You know
I don't
how
want
sad it is when
I don't want to hear about that bull crap. Don't give me that crap.
Listen. I'm pretty sure all of us can agree that we don't care about Judge. We want fucking wins. We want a winning season. That's where we all miss it.
You said results. Results.
Here's when the results are 4-13, you get to keep your job. You know, because if I don't come through on my review in my job, they dock my pay. If the next year I'm back in my review, they fire my ass. Especially if I do worse than I did the year prior. That's how life works. You don't sit here and go over things and blah. Oh, you did this up on time in the has never been the name, and the Keurig machine fine works, and blah, blah, blah. Give me a break. This guy doesn't lead men. He leads boys. We're getting our asses kicked down the field.
Go run some
You know how bad it is when your coaches specialize in special teams.
Real
fast, guys. I'm gonna just let Nate have the moment. Nate been on stream for a while. He came back. He never really said what he needed to say. He never really had the mic yet. So I'm going to just take you guys off for now, but I'm going to bring you guys back on real fast just to get a little bit hectic. But Nate, how's your thoughts on the whole situation?
Just add what Adam said. Adam, you know how funny it is when this guy's known as a special teams coordinator and our special teams is ranked 27th in the league. That is
the only thing we got special teams is Graham Gano.
And in our freaking trash ass.
How do you like that, Nate? How do you like that? The best player on our team is the kicker.
He is most definitely the MVP of this season. He's definitely the MVP of this season. Definitely Graham Gano.
MVP. That's terrible.
Hey,
and Nate's
Adam. I want to say this real quick. Yo, you notice that Graham Gano put up the most points this year?
Yeah.
More than everybody.
Right. The best free agent signing Dave Gettleman ever made was Graham Gano.
Yeah, man.
He came out of nowhere.
Listen, he's definitely our Giants MVP.
You know how thank you, Judge, for bringing on two fucking fullbacks. We appreciate that freaking support. You couldn't give up like Corey Clement.
I'm glad somebody addressed that. The guy you can't even pronounce his freaking name, Giuseppe, whatever that freaking his name is, hasn't played in the offensive staff.
Hey, Adam, look, I'm so glad we got Judge because last year in the draft we had no offensive line. We ain't pick one.
Oh, that's amazing.
We see how that worked out.
Look at this guy, Joe Judge. Give me a break. You draft 3 offensive linemen. 2 of them are booty right now. You got Shane Lemieux on the bench. Bye. You got Matt Pert. I don't even know what he's doing. You still let Nate Solder play. I mean, I don't even know why that guy was still on the team halfway through. You got Corey Cunningham running slant routes down the field because there's nobody else on the team because we can't fill a 53-man roster.
Wait. Hold on, Adam. Everybody else, listen. Let this sink in. Andrew Thomas has 4 touchdowns to Galladay and Tony.
Yeah, that's
an offensive. Wait, hold on.
What's up, Sam?
Ran a slant route.
Anyway,
yes. Corey Cunningham ran a freaking seam route down the field, and if Jake Fromm was not dumb, he would have thrown it right to that guy because it was wide open. But he probably would have dropped it because he's got hamburgers for freaking hands. Okay.
All right, y'all got something else going on, but what's going on?
Hamburgers is raw.
What's going on, boss?
Half the linemen on this team were found at a fucking Dunkin' Donuts drive-through.
I mean,
I know the 6 of you. I know the 6 of you are gonna hate me right now, but I think we should let Slay have the mic. And Slay, what's your thoughts on the Eagles versus Tampa Bay this weekend?
Nobody cares.
Adam, hey, leave me alone.
Adam's like, why?
All right, it's less legal.
Let's actually. What's your thoughts on it, and then we'll have Adam roast you after.
Yeah, we're probably gonna lose because we're facing Tom Brady.
I have you guys winning.
Have some more confidence in that,
but
you came on this stream on a Giants stream, and you said you're gonna lose. Come on, at least say we're gonna go in there and kick Tom Brady's old ass up and down Tampa Bay's friggin' Raymond James
Adam,
Stadium.
do you think I'm crazy? Adam, do you think I'm crazy?
I think you need to be a fan and you know just even lie to me like Joe Judge, man.
Hold on, wait. Adam, you call us like Joe Judge?
Your team,
he's a used car salesman.
Yo, Slay, you the next Joe Judge.
All right, but Zion, to answer your question though. I personally think we're gonna lose, but I think it's gonna be a closer game than what people expect. Absolutely. I mean, it's in Tampa Bay, so I think it should be a close game. For you also. And no AB, no Godwin, bro. Keep those fundamentals.
My bad.
Maybe no Leonard Fournette too.
To slip?
Huh?
No, I think you cut off Mac. He was trying to say something to you.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying y'all been overachieving this whole season, man. So. Wow, don't sell yourselves short, man. Stay proud. Y'all in the playoffs, man. Y'all got another game this week. We sitting on watching y'all, man. You know what I mean?
Nobody cares about your filing cabinets or Keurigs.
Yeah, be proud, bro. Stay up there. You know
Adam, you got another thing going on with your coach, man. Stop it.
I got the Eagles going to the NFC Championship this year.
Crazy.
Logan. Stay off the weed, my guy.
Adam, so it looks like y'all are going to keep your head coach.
You know what's going to happen? Joe Judge is now going to drive the team bus since they're going to fire everybody but him. Right? They're going to fire the bus driver, cooks. Joe Judge is going to cook the food. He's going to drive the team around. You know what I'm saying? He's going to wash the floors at night. You know what I'm saying? The culture of this guy is so great. I want to see him. Can't wait. I waited, 2 years and he got 10 wins. I can't believe I waited all 17 weeks for them to cock on the bed week 8.
How did he go from you guys wanting him to stay here last year, and now you guys wanting him gone?
Because the wheels fall off the bus faster than you can sing the damn song. The wheels falling off the bus. Okay.
He really said we're gonna fire the bus driver.
That's what it's gonna happen. He's gonna fire the bus driver and have Joe Judge do everything. He's gonna drive.
Hold on. Wait, which bus? We talking about the school bus?
He's driving the short bus. That's what's happening. Okay. That's what he's doing. I'm tired of
Logan. Stop.
I'm tired of all
magic school bus.
Big plays. To answer your question, this is what happened. Joe Judge came in. We all had low expectations because we've seen a cock-up performance the year before with Pat Shermer. So all we hoped for and begged the football gods was at least let the team be competitive and play hard, because we're losers and that's what we look for, right? They decided to win 6 games and flirt with going to the playoffs. We're like, oh, maybe Joe Judge has got it. Remember, Joe Judge was rolling around in the mud with the team. So high five to that, right? Because he got all wet and muddy with the team. So he must have been a great coach, right? Then the next year he comes in, and the first thing he says to us when the season opens is, you got to give us a few weeks because we didn't play in the preseason. They come out, and in the first 4 weeks, they lose games out of sheer stupidity. They don't even show up against Denver. Okay, they can't hold their water against Washington. Atlanta comes in, and who everyone we laughed at, they're 0-2. They got beat by that team. I would have fired him right then and there on the spot. Okay, this guy has no concept of what's going on. He burns timeouts. He complains about friggin', stupid headset problems. Okay, but yet we want to keep him because he's filing cabinets because guys show up on time. Give me a break.
Score alert! Score alert! Score alert! Georgia just went into the end zone and taking the lead late in the third quarter.
I hope Alabama beats the shit out of it. I mean, Georgia beats the shit out of it.
But damn, Joe Judge.
I hate Alabama. I hate Alabama so much.
Salute to the CJ Talks rants.
I cannot stand Alabama. Oof.
Check the private chat, Slay.
I'm older than you, right? It don't matter.
Yo, Logan. He really, Logan just put Slay looking like a boob implant.
But all honestly, though, this
stream has gone from crazy from Mike yelling to talking about people looking like a boob implant.
It's 13-9.
Joe Judge.
Oh my god!
I mean,
hey, yo, Adam, you might as well roast the whole coaching staff.
Well, Freddie Kitchens looks like he lives in the back of a trailer. Okay, he doesn't know what the offense he's calling. Might as well just give him a 6-pack of beer and have him call the game like that. Might as well.
Freddie Kitchens looking like a
that's Logan's dad right there.
Who?
Logan's dad is a better man than Freddie Kitchens, looking like he's on.
If you call my dad Freddie Kitchens one more time, I'm gonna roll up to your block and block my guy. Yo.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you?
You crazy,
right, but you got Brandon Burns, who's like the oldest coach in the damn NFL. Trying to get running backs to run. I mean, I don't even know what drill they could use. He's just old. Just like, what are you doing, bro? The offensive line coach. Look, this is how much people think Joe Judge is going to stay. The offensive line coach took off at the first second he got a job. He was like, I'm out of this bitch. See you later. My offensive line now.
Nah, people are begging to stay, man.
Yeah. Oh wait, I forgot. They're begging to stay, but they're not coaches that are begging to stay. Get out of here. How many offensive line coaches is this guy going to have? He has 3 already, and he's only been here twice. You got Mark Colombo, DiGlario, whatever that guy's name is, and Rob Sale, and now he's going to have a 4th one in 3 years. This is the greatest coaching staff I've ever seen.
Hey, yo, here's what really had me tight. How come we didn't get Galladay, Tony, and them involved at the beginning? Why do we wait till nearly damn near the end to get these offense going?
Jaden, but what you're remembering
wait, I forgot. We never got it going. We scored 6 points.
What you're remembering is, Jaden, remember, we need to make sure that we don't play our first-round picks until week 8 because we need to make sure they develop.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, we're going to make sure Tony don't play to week 10, but too bad he's injured again, so.
Yo,
right. I remember them saying that Tony does not know the playbook, so we need to give him time. Like, really, you don't know the playbook? You give him a punt return. You give him a screen pass. I mean, how hard is this? This is the dumbest coaching.
It's not hard at all.
Hey, yo, I'm really mad.
Mac, you play football, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
okay, so
I'm really mad because I'm really mad because we started doing fade routes till week 10. What the fuck?
Fade routes to week 10. We're throwing fade routes to Corey Cunningham.
Oh yeah, Adam's point though. Adam, make your point.
Check the private chat, Zion.
All I'm saying is this coaching staff is the worst staff I've seen in the history of football because when I played football,
the history of football, geez.
The coach told me to go in there and run a few plays. If you didn't know the plays, they gave you a few plays to run. They would say, here you go, run this play. Your receiver number 1, 2, or 3, whatever. That's your route tree. If you didn't know it, you ask somebody in the huddle. right? You're telling me this guy can't do that? We're in the NFL. This is high school and Pee Wee I'm talking about. They're telling me to play because, kids, we can't memorize friggin', Z out, X, Y, up the, whatever, right? So we go in there and be like, all right, are you the number 2 receiver or the number 3 receiver? Okay, I got to run a slant route on this play. Great. That's what you do. And you run. But this guy's in the NFL and you can't give him 5 or 6 plays to run a game? What is this?
I absolutely agree. It's like you said, other coaches on other teams, they find ways to make them to make plays, man, with their playmakers, man. They find ways, no matter what. No matter what. Everybody knows that Devontae Adams is getting the ball, yet the Green Bay Packers still can get the ball to Devontae Adams. Everybody knows. Everybody knows you're throwing to DeAndre Hopkins, but they can still get the ball to DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, you just got to find ways to get these guys going, man. And this coaching staff can't do it.
And you have a tight end that everyone talks about being this great tight end. Not one screen pass to the tight end. Evan Ingram was barely even on the field sometimes. I thought he was on a milk box for the season because I was missing so much. Okay? Like, this guy is like this whole offense, and this is what doesn't make any sense to me. He said that it's going to be a collaborative effort on offense. Well, what are you doing when you're doing offense? Are you guys eating lunch? Are you guys playing video games, watching Game of Thrones? Is that what you're doing when you're constructing the offensive game plan? Like, how is this the same crap every week?
Yeah, it just never improved.
10-year contract for Judge?
It's like
10-year contract for Dirk Burnett.
Hey, here's my thing though. Why the Giants' offense can't even move past 15 yards? It's difficult.
You've been wondering that a lot.
Listen, they can't even get past their own 5-yard line. They're running 39 in a victory formation. What victory are you doing?
You're never gonna see a good team.
I'm gonna ask all these younger guys. I'm gonna ask all these younger guys to plug their channels to get their last final thoughts on, and then me, Mac, and Adam will probably do 10 minutes left, and then we'll probably end it. So, Slay, Champ, Nate, Logan, any final thoughts? We can start with Slay. Plug your channel.
Yeah,
get everything out you want to say.
Yeah, we play Slay on YouTube. Just go follow me there. Yeah, no words.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for joining us, Slay.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And if you guys want to stick around, we can stick around and do some verses after. But thank you so much for joining us, Slay.
Yeah,
let's get it.
All right.
All you, Nate.
Just Nate Talk Sports. You guys already know. That's
absolutely. Any final thoughts about the Giants?
Shop already knows who I am. That we suck. Judge, you idiot, and yeah, you're a special coordinator who can't do shit. So, yeah.
Hell yeah! Thank you so much for joining us.
Don't be brutally honest, Nate.
Let's get it. All right, Champ. Any final thoughts?
Listen, Andrew Thomas has more touchdowns than the whole damn offense. That's pretty pathetic. And Evan Ingram has the most touchdowns, who we all hate, but I don't know how the fuck that happens. But I really hope this whole offense gets cut, including the offensive line. I want them to go. I don't want them staying no more. They got nothing to prove. But sub up to J Productions, sub up to everybody's channel, MacDaGiantsFan, Nate, Logan, Slay, Zion, and Adam Rants, And Zion, before you kick me off, I really hate Joe Judge.
Hey,
when he coached my ass, but
I love it. Stick around, Jay. Thank you so much for popping on tonight. You're the best. And then Logan, final thoughts on the team.
LGZ Productions that make Giants, Knicks content. And remember, we cannot fire Joe Judge. He's building a winning culture here.
Thank you so much for joining us, LGZ. We'll catch you in a bit. All right, boys, we're gonna wrap it up here. You guys can take the mic as long as you guys want. Any final thoughts, final rants, final anything, and then we'll probably close it down for the night. And don't forget to plug your channels.
Mac, you go first. People have heard me.
My what a day, man. But we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, it pains me because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm a New York Giant fan first, foremost. No matter what, I gotta take what this team gives me. So they're gonna give me Joe Judge. I gotta find a way to hope this guy. I gotta find a way to support this guy and hope he can make it work, man. Hope he can make it work by hook or by crook. I don't care how you get it done, but just figure out a way to get it done. Make this team look like the New York Giants again. Because right now, this is not the New York Giants I grew up watching. It's one thing to be bad for a couple of years. We've been bad for several years. And this year, we were worse than bad. So
Last time the Giants was good, Logan said he wasn't even walking.
that's something that is crazy to think about. Jesus.
Yeah.
But
thank God for, I don't know, I don't want to speak out of my ass, but I know that OBJ and a lot of other crazy ass people bought all these amazing Giants fans to us. I know Logan's dad personally bought him. Logan's dad's a major Giants fan, so that's probably how Logan became a Giants fan. But I know some of these other youngins, I know like Benny might have became a Giants fan because of OBJ, you know. So we want to have a winning culture to, winning coaches bring in more Giants fans, and these kids need to see a winning culture. And I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's how it is. I don't come from a New York Giant family either. I mean, I'm a New York Giant fan solely because of Lawrence Taylor, and I just fell in love with this team, and still here in 2022, ride or die with these guys. You know what I mean? So,
right.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just ready to see what this future can possibly bring, man. But 4-13 ain't never going to be good enough, and I'm never going to just accept that. You know what I mean? That's not acceptable, man. That's and like I said, it's not even the losses that bother me the most. It's the way we lost, just getting outplayed the way we were, man. Like it just doesn't make sense. And then we got this buffoon of a coach on the sideline who just is clueless, man. He's clueless at times because he's clearly oblivious to what's going on. If you're just allowing the play calling to be the way it is, if you're okay with that, then that's a problem. That's a problem. It's a big problem, it's going to need to change, man. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who we get in there as a GM. Personally, if just don't fake us out, man, and bring some fucking clown in here. That's just going to be like, okay, Joe Judge is still going to be here. We can do whatever you want, Joe Judge. We know you're horrible. We'll go out there and fucking fuck it up again for another season. It'll be a waste. It'll just be an absolute waste. So Joe Judge ain't proved the shit to me. And like I said, those two fucking quarterback sneaks, man.
Yeah,
that's
I'm sorry to laugh, but it's so painful that it's funny.
The thing is, it's not going to haunt. It's going to haunt me till Joe Judge get the door slammed on him, because these are the type of coaching decisions. And I'm sorry, Mac, if you weren't finished, but these are the type of coaching decisions that really grind my gears. These are the ones that get on my nerves. That are like, what are you doing? Even dumbasses know not to do this. Right? You want to tell me that you're winning football and that was it? That the defense, like, I understand that strategy if you were winning the game and you had a big time defense. This team sucks and was going for 200 yards rushing. Probably would have had 400 yards rushing if it wasn't. We talk about the defense being great. Let's be honest, the defense in the run game has been terrible all season. And that was our Achilles heel against teams like the Eagles, against teams like the Redskins. I mean, we got guys like, people that told me Aaron Gibson wasn't even that good. All of a sudden, now he's got a 1,000-yard back and 7 touchdowns. I guess we forgot about how good some of these teams are. But my point is, this is Joe Judge, right? This is your plea to the fans. You go on a crazy rant after not talking all year about how bad your team is. You go on a crazy rant against the Chicago Bears as the wheels are falling off your bus. The next week, you come out and you do a 3rd and 9, 2 quarterback draws that weren't even good design draws. Not like you did an RPO or something. You did basically set hike and fell forward for like a half an inch.
That's all you did.
What is that? What is that QB sneak doing but giving you maybe half a yard? Like, that's what you really are working for on the 4-yard line, a half a yard, so your crappy punter can possibly shank it. He didn't, thank God. I mean, it's the one time in all year that he didn't look like a crappy, high school punter. But Jesus, man, like, I can't watch this anymore.
Just what kind of message was that even sending to your defense to say, all right, guys, I know you guys been on the field all game so far because we just keep getting 3 and out. But here we're just going to do 2 quarterback sneaks, and we're going to punt it back to them. And by the way, they're going to have a pretty short field. Good luck with that defense.
Right. And my question, Mac, is sorry about that. My question, Mac, is Why would I want to play on offense? How is that going to inspire me? You just told me that you're giving up the play. We don't even have a chance. Why am I busting my butt? That's why Kenny Galladay is not diving for plays. 3rd and 9 is exactly the reason why he's not diving for plays. Because guess what? He's like, well, if they're going to lose anyways, why do I care to dive for a football? Don't mind me. I'm just going to keep stealing money from the Giants, and get the worst yardage total he's had in his career. Okay. He doesn't even show. This guy's supposed to be a leader. He yelled at people in the Washington game. He doesn't dive for a football, doesn't block. We have at least 3 incidents throughout the season. There's probably more of this guy dogging it. Okay? We had one time where they were about to break a runoff long, and if he blocked his guy, the guy's probably into the house, but he misses the block. Okay? You got him not laying out for a football. You got him yelling at the coach and the quarterback in game 3 or 2 or whatever it was because he's frustrated about getting the ball. He's frustrated every day. You can see it in his press conference. Dude, if you don't want to be here, you didn't need to sign the contract. But you came here, so do something. I got a coach in Joe Judge who lets Freddie Kitchens call these stupid plays. It doesn't say maybe we should pass here. No, he lets those plays go in. This guy has been atrocious all season long. We got rid of guys for far less when Tom Coughlin and Pat Shurmur because their defenses were the issues. It's not Pat Shurmur's offense that was the issue. His defense stinks. He has Antoine Bethea is still trying to catch me. Okay, he's still trying to catch me. All right? That guy was so old, he had a walker on the field. Okay? So that guy comes in here. You don't even let Pat Shurmur, what you're going to do with Joe Judge, fire his offensive coordinator, his offensive line coach, and his defensive coordinator. No, you just fire it all and say, nope, bring it in. Then you get sold and bamboozled by some bum named Joe Judge, and everyone tells me the cupboard is bare. Well, I don't know. I didn't think people were not complaining about Saquon Barkley. All right, everyone loved that guy when he was coming in. They thought we all had a quarterback. Don't tell me we were sitting here not talking and praising these guys like they don't have anything on offense. Okay, everyone's telling me, well, the cupboard was bare that he came in here. No, it wasn't. It's just the guys that were in here didn't perform to their draft status. Okay, so as I close out this rant, about this guy, this team frustrates me. I fell in love with this team. My dad didn't show me this team. I wasn't fortunate enough to have a dad like Logan to show me the ropes of this team. I just happened to see them beating the Philadelphia Eagles. So I decided to take that team since I lived in a state where they didn't have a team. So I lived in a state that didn't have a team, and that's the one they showed every week, and they're beating a team in Philadelphia. So I said, why not take this team? I know I see this. This is part of the fabric of who I am. That's why I took them. And I've never seen, like Max said, a team like this in my lifetime. Okay, my lifetime. And I've seen Dave Brown play. And I've seen Kent Graham and Danny Cannell and Tommy Maddox play as the quarterbacks for this team. And I still don't see how bad it gets. This is the worst I've seen it, and we want to bring him back because guys show up on time, the Keurig is now new, and the filing cabinets are redone. This is what we want. 4-13 equals progress, fellas. That's what the Giants are telling me right now.
Hell yeah, let's get it. And next week's stream is going to be on Adam's channel, so make sure you guys go sub up to Adam, turn that notification bell on. Make sure you guys go sub up to Max, sub up to Adam. Any final words, guys, before we end it?
I mean, really got much, man. It was a good stream, fellas, man. It's always fun working with you guys, man. I definitely enjoy it, man. And we'll see what this off season brings, man. It's going to be an interesting one. I tell you what, just Joe Judge thing got New York Giant Nation divided right now, man. Mm-hmm. Some people team Joe Judge, and obviously some people are not. And honestly, I mean, I don't know how you can possibly be. I mean, everybody keeps talking about this culture thing. What, a failing culture? Because that's the only thing I've been seeing going on with regularity around here is failure. So I don't know what kind of culture we keep talking about. Everybody, this culture is good. What? All we do is lose. So if that's good for you, then okay, I don't know. So let's, that's all I got. But like I was saying, like I sub up, man. MacDaGiantsFan, MACDA Giants fan, man. Check me out, man. And that's all I got, fellas, man.
So You know, my sub up to the hurry up where you get more of this crazy nutty person that you hear on the end of this microphone. If you enjoy some of these takes, well, hot damn, go on my show and get more of it. It's what I like to tell people is it's controlled chaos. You know, I'm giving you actual facts and knowledge, but I do it in a loud, you know, obnoxious tone that, you know, people can listen to and enjoy. And you may not want to put in your car because it may blow your speakers out because I'm yelling about Joe Judge so much. But hey, this is all about fun. I want this team to do well. You know, I'm not, unlike Mac, I am not going to root for Joe Judge next year. I don't care if he's on our team, and I've never done that in the history of watching a team. And again, I watched Dave Brown, and there were times in 6th grade that I would defend Dave Brown as if he is Joe Montana, but I knew deep down that he was Joe Blow, okay? And so for me, I will not be rooting for Joe Judge on the sidelines on Sundays. I'd rather watch paint dry than watch Joe Judge.
I went to the zoo this past Sunday.
Yeah. See, you did something other than watch the crappy Giants football team. You actually spent time with family members and friends. But anyways, sub up to my channel. And my last parting words is 4 is greater than 6. I don't care what you heard. It's what you're hearing. 4 is greater than 6.
Let's get it. Sub up to everybody here. Sub up to everybody that was on the stream tonight. Thank you guys for holding it down the chat, fam. Thank you guys so much for being here. I know I'm the most inconsistent YouTuber ever, but thank you for the support. Always, you guys always show support and always come. So thank you so much and appreciate it. Next week's on Mac's channel. Next week is on Adam's channel, followed by Mac's channel. So don't forget that, guys. And you guys have a good night. Let's